Ohio, and this is my 2023 Husky TX300 Heritage Edition. It is now full factory today. I just picked up a WP Exact Pro Trax rear shock. Brad at Rideworks has valved it for me. I already had the WP Pro component cone valve spring forks on it. Again, Brad did the settings on these. I'm 6'2", 190 pounds. I want a setting that's kind of good for slow vet moto and some GP style stuff, GNCC style, and some trail riding. And honestly, Brad has nailed the settings. I think that's more important than anything. This stuff's expensive. Is it worth it? That really is up to you. For me, if you're lucky enough to have a great suspension tuner that really can dial this stuff in, man, it's hard to not ride with this stuff. It works so good. But that's really up to you. I think WP 6500 inserts work fantastic, and they're a little bit more budget friendly. But I typically have a lot of KTM Husky bikes around, so one thing I like about buying this stuff is you can transfer it from bike to bike. But boy, you just feel it right away. Traction on the back, and a little more, well, a lot more comfort. Just the planted feel. Over the high-speed chop, 50 miles an hour, just absorbs that stuff. The other thing that this Pro component stuff has, and maybe just a kind of a better damping feel or control feel. Even though it's absorbing stuff, it's not a super, it's not like it's real wallowy or anything. It just absorbs stuff and still has really good control. And I think one of the differences, like in this shock compared to the stock shock, is G-outs. Whereas the stock shock, you might just kind of start blowing through a little bit on the jump faces on the Motorex. This shock, it takes the G-outs a lot better. Then that's one thing I noticed right away. And the Trax part of it, kind of interesting. It's slippery in some spots here, but usually you can hear kind of the rear wheel chatter a lot under braking, but that chatter is significantly reduced with the Trax feature. And accelerating over little choppy stuff is, notice that on that Trax shock too. Just it tends to absorb it. It just has that well damped control feel. But it takes the edge off the inputs, especially in the sharp little choppy bumps. Love that kind of acceleration, that roll-on, the roll-on torque, just so good. I'm in the green map, beast mode, and I have the newest map in here, better than any other week. See these little G-outs, it just, you don't even feel them. The bike still keeps good control of the chassis. Right there. like I said, once you've ridden with well set up suspension, I don't care if it's stock or the good stuff, it's hard to go back. Yeah, this stuff works. I really enjoy this TX300. I love the heritage look. I think the new map has really dialed the engine in. I mean, it just works so good. Big power, easy to control. And it just instant power. So look at how nice that thing. So pro components, suspension, this bike is well balanced. So I've run a 4.5 spring to back. There are 4.4s up front. I thought I might use 4.6s, but Brad hit a really good damping setting and it just works. So pro component stuff, yeah, big money, but boy, you get it dialed in right, it really works. This chassis feels good, steering's good, stability's good, power is excellent. Man, sometimes you get a bike that you just want to have the best of everything, and honestly, everything's stock except for the big step up in suspension. And the stock suspension worked really great, but I like the feel of this stuff. 2 thumbs up for full factory WP, tuned by Brad at Rideworks.